so then they'll know.
You're in. Let me make sure this is working. You can say something. You can let 'em, oh, there you go. There you are, moving and shaking. Wait. Okay. I think it's working. All right. Headband or flower? All right. Hello, good people. Thank you for showing up again. We're so lucky. So lucky to have you here. And we didn't send out an email, so we were wondering if you would show up, and some of you are out there, so we're pleased. Welcome to our 10th show, right?
I've lost track.
Yeah.
I might be the scribe, but I've lost track.
Yeah. We're going to start out with a beautiful song that Harvey wrote called Circles. And round and round and round in circles we spin.
I haven't named very many albums after a particular song. This is one of a very few. And I haven't performed it enough over the years, so.
And we were talking about how this time in history and in honor of Juneteenth, we want to mention Juneteenth a few times tonight. And we're hoping that this circle of we're hoping we don't end up quite where we begin.
Yeah,
we're
okay.
hoping we're making progress.
There you go.
Here we go.
That's what you wanted to say.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah. I throw a stone into the water. I watch the circles as they grow, while holidays and birthdays leave their footprints like soldiers in the snow. The flowers and the icicles are spokes in a wheel that has no end, and the passing of the seasons makes me think about circles again. The sun and the moon, circles chasing circles in the sky, while old people and children look at each other in the mirror, in the eye, like the turning of a water wheel, like the voice of a long lost friend. When I think about my old friends, I think about circles again. Round and round and round in circles we spin, over and over we end up right where we begin. Those things that never change, those things that are never the same. Though it looks like a straight road, I'm traveling in circles again. These round coins in my hand, there's so much that I do that they ask me. What goes around will come around. There's wheels turning night and day right past me. I had a dream long ago, I was hiding, but a clock always found me. Now everywhere I look, I see circles around me. Round and round and round in circles we spin. Over and over we end up right where we begin. Those things that never change, those things that are never the same. Though it looks like a straight road, I'm traveling in circles again. Round and round and round in circles we spin. Over and over we end up right where we begin. Those things that never change, those things that are never the same. Though it looks like a straight road, I'm traveling in circles again. Though it looks like a straight road, I'm traveling in circles again.
Beautiful guitar playing. That was awesome. All right, we've got a. You want to tell them about this next song?
I do.
Yeah.
One of the ways, there's so much, we wish we could do more to celebrate and commemorate and cheer on the June 19th date. But as modern troubadours or whatever we are, we certainly, there's a giant invisible debt, any of us in America that play a peasant music, I guess I like to call it. The guitar or the banjo or the fiddle, a lot of even the mandolin. We owe a tremendous artistic debt that we can never repay to the African American musical energy that infused itself into the music in this country. And the result of the combination of the European and the African and a little bit of the Caribbean and the Hawaiian, the melting pot of American music is staggering, and it's wildly deep and complex and just an awesome thing. So we're going to do a song that you most often hear if you're a fiddler. Almost all fiddlers learn this one, and it's one of the best, absolutely the best fiddle tune for playing harmony parts with your friends. When you get a group of fiddlers together, they all want to play this together. It actually dates way back to the mid about the 1870s, to the minstrel show era. Although I believe the version, it may have deeper roots in a slave song. We can't really know. Just because someone printed and published something doesn't mean it was the original version of anything. But I think actually the first printed and published version of this was by a black man. I think his name was James Bland. And it's made it, it's a very familiar melody. Most of you will probably recognize it. It has words we won't sing. We're just going to pretend to play the banjo and the fiddle here.
Thank you for your comments. I just zoomed over there to make sure the sound was working and everything, and I could see you're there. Thank you.
I'm going to do my infamous 6-string banjo playing, where I try to make it sound like a real banjo. And
I'm just going to play the viola and have fun.
Yeah, the viola and the 6-string banjo.
I never know what notes I'm playing on the
this
viola.
is
Just kind of, yeah.
So let's do a little bit of the Golden Slippers. Let me turn myself. Did I actually get it plugged in? There we go.
sounds Swedish. It's
Maybe
the deep,
it was.
It's the deep sound of the viola.
The golden slippers.
Reminds me of those beautiful Swedish harmonies on the fiddle tunes over in Sweden.
Well, do me a favor and hold my co-ed for 1 second.
Oh my!
I know, that's quite an honor. Well, we're gonna pay some homage to a musical group that all country folk and bluegrass and Americana musicians owe a big debt to. We talk about them a bit. We do some of their songs,
And we also chose this song because it's the solstice tomorrow. So we wanted to sing about sunniness.
Yeah, we're going to do one for the sun. We often sing this as solstice week. And it was also the theme song of the Carter family. It was written just about the same time this building was built. 1889, I think. Ida Blankenship or someone like that wrote a little parlor song that made its way into it was in a church hymnal, I think, down there in Southern Virginia, where the Carter family got a hold of it. Beautiful message.
We feel like we have a little radio video show, and
yeah,
and playing for you. Let's see.
The one of the more interesting musical events when the Carter family played on the Mexican border radio there in the early 1940s for several years on the most powerful radio station in the history of the earth, really. XERA 650 AM. They could hear the farmers up there in the Yukon and their tractors could hear it. Hank Snow was listening up there in Nova Scotia. They heard it in Puerto Rico. It was kind of like the internet of its day. And it was kind of a dark time in America, and they were some down-home people singing the songs the way they knew how. So we kind of imagine sometimes that maybe we're in a little...
we're not sure what else to do.
Yeah. We don't, it's not quite the same as it was out there in near Brownsville, Texas. Boy, it must have been hot there.
We aren't setting the trees on fire with the power of our signal.
Yeah, June Carter told in her stories when she was a little girl, singing on that radio show, the kids would go out and play, and if there was any weeds touching the barbed wire fences there, they would catch fire there because the electrical signal in the air was so strong. And it was... So we're going to sing a beautiful song here, Keep on the Sunny Side. So any of you that are thinking of going to the dark side or somewhere besides the sunny side, we will urge you otherwise. You ready?
I'm just going over the lyrics in my head.
Oh, yeah.
You can help me. Side of life, there's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we'll keep on the sunny side of life. The storm in its fury broke today, crushing hopes that we cherish so dear. Clouds and storms will in time pass away. The sun again will shine bright and clear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we'll keep on the sunny side of life. each day.
Though the moments be cloudy
or drear, let us trust in our Savior way, that keepeth everyone in his care. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we'll keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way if we'll keep on the sunny side of life.
There you have it.
That song
We should sell some crazy water crystals.
cheers you up every time you sing it.
Well, it's time for Joyce Andersen
my.
to do a couple songs
Okay.
according to our list here. You going to do one about the sun?
I'm going to start with, oh yeah, I'll do one about the sun.
Let's see if I can politely excuse myself.
Oh, gotta plug it in. Well, yeah, here's one inspired by Thomas Merton's quote. What was he? He was a theologian and a monk. And he had a revelation when he got out of his when he went into town and he saw people in Louisville, Kentucky. He just, everyone's walking around shining like the sun. They just don't know it. So I like that thought, that we're all shining like the sun. We wrap ourselves in jobs and the endless to-do, worship false gods and wonder why we're blue. Part of us is lost, part of us is one. That's the part shining like the sun, shining like the sun. We're shining like the sun. We're shining like the sun. It gives us light, shining like the sun. Well, I just have to try to understand how to love every person in this family of man, and pray for peace for every single one. It's hard to believe, but we all belong. We're shining like the sun. We're shining like the sun. Innocence is lost, innocence is won. Shining like the sun. It's so crazy how we run around, taking on the world and getting things done. It's so hard to find peace of mind. Sometimes I feel so free, dancing in the light of the mystery. For a moment, it's all I need. The Prince of Peace is calling and Maine. Don't be afraid and doubtful, I will set you free. Lay your burdens down, the best is yet to come. Follow me and shine like anyone can come. Follow me and shine like the sun. We're shining like the sun. Shining like the sun. Innocence is lost, innocence is won. Shining like the sun. When you're feeling lost, best is yet to come. We're shining like the sun. We're all shining like the sun. Now I'd like to do one that I haven't done in a while. It's gotten me to do some fun things. I've sung this with some very fun things. I got to sing it with the Voices from the Heart in Portsmouth, 200 women backing me up on this, one of the thrills of my life. And I also got to sing it with a choir down near Boston, the Mystic Chorale. One called Common Ground, and I send this out to the Poor People's Campaign. Reverend Barber started up Martin Luther King's Poor People's Campaign on its 50th anniversary back in 2018, and they are having an event online tomorrow. You can go to june2020.org and find it. I'm hungry for a revival, and it's upon us. Been feeling it coming for a while, but I think we can all feel it right now. I'm hungry for the rumble of revival. This fire's come alive. Is this on?
No.
Yeah. Something got unplugged. It wasn't on last time either?
No, it was on before.
It was? Oh, wow.
Kick everything. There you go.
Oh, something, it just wasn't very loud. I like being loud. Okay, sorry. So
You're hungry.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry for the rumble of revival. Are you guys hungry? What are you hungry for? What kind of revival? I had a thrill last Sunday. So when I worked with the Poor People's Campaign, I got to spend a weekend, I've told you about it before, with these activists down in Raleigh, and my mind was blown. I think it's my favorite kind of person, if I was to choose a group. Anyway, I got to march in a parade, a Black Lives Matter parade led by the young and the people of color from this town. So I had no leadership at all. I just was there, and I was chanting all for like a mile from one elementary school to the next, right by my house twice. I never knew that was possible. 250 people marching down the street, chanting at the top of our lungs for a long time, gathering under the trees, speeches, beautiful speeches. I still haven't recovered, and I never want to. I just want to stay hungry. I'm hungry for the rumble of revival. This fire that's come alive like some key to our survival. A chance to thrive. Feel how bright burning, we're burning, we're shining, shining all around. Love, love is a fire, uniting us on common ground. Love, love could be the rule, turns this world around. Love, love could be the tool, never lets us down. Feel how brightly we're burning, we're shining, shining all around. Love, love is a fire, uniting us on common ground. Common ground is holy ground. Common ground is sacred ground. Common ground is holy ground. Common ground where courage is found. Feel how brightly we're burning, we're shining, shining all around. Love, love is a fire, uniting us on common ground. I see every kind of human, they're preparing, darkness ever looming, they just keep caring. Fear is a prison, there's freedom in daring. No, feel how brightly we're burning, we're shining, shining all around. Love, love is a fire, love is a fire, uniting us on common ground. Uniting us on common ground. Common ground, common ground. Well, if I'd had you in the room, I would have done the chorus again and gotten you to sing, but we'll do that one of these days.
Can I move that?
Yes, I can. No, that's still up forward, right?
I won't be dancing on this one. Get me trusty auto harp out again one more time here. We always get a little chorus of, ooh, gotta move my weeding glasses here. Wrote this song for a friend who finally figured out where he wanted to live. Maybe some of you have figured out where you belong in life. I have walked and stumbled down this road for many a cold and weary mile, from the waters east to the waters west. I have wandered searching all the while, and now a fair land lies before me, far and wide. Alone I have roamed such a long way from the place I was born, I finally found a home. On the highest hill I have stood tall. The years like the towns have come and gone. I am grateful for all these helping hands through strife and storm. I've journeyed on, and now a fair land lies before me, far and wide. Alone I have roamed such a long way from the place I was born. I finally found a home. Now the night has come, the day is done. In the fading light I will lay me down. Strangers' voices now grow dim. The peace I've sought I've finally found. And now a fair land lies before me, far and wide. Alone I have roamed such a long way from the place I was born. I finally found a home. And now a fair land lies before me, far and wide. Alone I have roamed such a long way from the place I was born. I finally found a home. I'm going to do a shout out there just in case Ann Dodson was, she was listening a couple weeks ago up in Camden, Maine. Ann sang with me on that song and played the tin whistle, and her husband Matt played the hurdy-gurdy with me. That was one of my favorite recording sessions ever. Ann Dodson is one of the greatest singers I've ever heard in my life, and Ann, I haven't seen you in too long. We're thinking of you down here in the banana growing region of southern Maine. Well, I'm going to try something bold. I've got a little closet full of guitars that I need to get out of. I can't explain why I haven't had this one out more often, but I'm going to. Got this in 1987. So one of a kind. Bob Taylor himself put the Tree of Life in there. This is a Taylor guitar, but Wendy Larrivee, one of the greatest inlay artists ever up there in Canada, did the inlay, and one of the great guitar luthiers, Larry Breedlove, lovingly put this color on there and carved this beautiful neck So this is a glasnost guitar. This is kind of an etude for, it's kind of silly, I guess, in some ways, to have 12 strings and have the whole tune take place just on 2 of them. But I never got put in prison like some of those famous violinists that wrote their 1-string violin pieces, because the evil jailers took all the other strings away from them. Can't remember who it was that did that. This isn't that fancy, but here's a little etude for the guitar here. Something like that. It's sweaty up here in York, Maine today.
Yeah.
We're sweltering. I swelter. You swelter. We have been sweltering. What's on our list here? Oh, we get to do another old-timey one. This one, I think was introduced. Let me put my guitar away here. Can you? It's a little hard to get in there. Oh, yes. You know,
I was just thinking about the words of this song. Lay down your heavy load. Hatred is a heavy load. Hatred is a heavy load.
Yeah, what'd she say?
That's a good judgment. Yeah. We gotta lay down our heavy loads, people. We've gotta.
You know, now that we have the internet, information whizzes around, but in the pre-internet days, music sometimes took some interesting pathways. And this body of music we call spirituals, or even work songs. A lot of this music that we sort of go, oh yes, that was music that came from African Americans here, but they weren't on the internet, and the way those songs moved around. Sometimes migrating workers took them with them. Sometimes they found the same songs different places. Sometimes they didn't. One of the big forces that took a lot of those songs around was the little group of 9 singers from Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee. The first school. Dramatic story. There's a book, the history of the Fisk Jubilee Singers is one of the most heart-wrenching and amazing books I've read in a long time. And I've read a lot of books recently, but the story of this little group of people that decided maybe they could keep their little school alive by singing some concerts. And they ended up going all over the country. They sang, they went to Europe. Mark Twain was a fan. Queen Victoria was a fan. I mean, they sang for 10,000 people. And
the time they weren't doing so well. And then one day when they were between concerts, they were sitting around feeling bummed, wondering if they were going to ever get off the ground. So they sang the music that they sang naturally together in church and their spirituals, and then they decided to put one in their concert, and that's kind of what turned them around.
Yeah, and that's
people wanted to hear them doing.
So starting in about the 1870s, for about 30 years, there are different variations of this group. Many of them had actually been slaves themselves, and they accompanied themselves. Ella Shepherd was played the piano and was kind of the musical leader of the group, and they brought us Swing Low, Sweet Chariots, and they brought us Follow the Drinking Gourd, and also the song here, the Down by the Riverside, which
our favorite verse used to be, "I'm going to shake hands with everyone."
Oh,
we're going to leave that one out this time.
In fact, if you go back and find the $1 Million Quartet recording session, that's a great story too that I'll try to tell in 30 seconds. By accident, it was Carl Perkins' recording session there in Memphis back there in the 50s when that Johnny Cash happened to walk in, Elvis Presley happened to walk in, Jerry Lee Lewis happened to walk in. The 4 of them were in there clowning
an amazing
around.
Moment.
And somebody had enough sense to turn on the recording machine, and they left it rolling. And this is one of the ones Elvis brought to the table, and he sang the lead on this.
I send this to our friend out in Oakland. Here, I see her there, and I got to get your name. But Barbara Dane is my hero, and I need to make sure she's still okay. I learned the words I'm doing from her version with the Chambers Brothers. Study war no more, ain't gonna study war no more, ain't gonna study talk with the Prince of Peace down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna walk and talk with the Prince of Peace down by the riverside. Study war no more. I ain't gonna study, ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more, no more. Ain't gonna study war, ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more.
No, we ain't.
Well, that was something. That was something different.
Don't I know it? Is it my turn? It is.
Is it? Or
Well, I got this out.
Or is it my turn?
No, I got this anyway.
Okay.
Plugged in, tuned it. I'm going to do a slide guitar thing just because I can and because I want to. And slide guitar is one of the great mysteries and beauties of American music. In fact, I have a whole chapter in my Troubadour Chronicles book about the mysteries of slide guitar. It might have originated in Mississippi. It might have come from Hawaii. It might even go all the way back to India. If we don't know by now, we may never know. It might be more, the bigger question is maybe where is it going rather than where did it come from. Maybe someday you'll be able to study it in a conservatory and wear a little black tuxedo when you perform slide guitar music, but I doubt it. Life is like a mountain railroad. What you got for us, woman?
Oh, I'm going to do this one you always say you
Oh.
like.
I do.
Yeah. I've been writing songs for a few years where I keep imagining people singing with me, and as I told you, I got to do it a little bit with Common Ground and Filled with Love. I don't necessarily mean big choirs all the time, but I have parts in my head, and I'm only one person, so I might sing a couple parts here. I was just kind of laughing earlier. I don't know quite how to say this. I mean, I think Harvey and we're so different, and yet we have so much in common, and we love each other, and it's all good. Ooh. Sounds like an organ. But I love how he's so cerebral, and he's telling you all these things, and I haven't quite found my voice. I write what I want to write in my songs. I have trouble talking about it between songs. So, but this is one that I wrote for church, when Mary Westfall, very progressive pastor at a very progressive church in Durham, New Hampshire, which is now, it's where I was baptized and married. Anyway, and Pastor Dave is there now, wonderful progressive pastor. Anyway, so what's my point? So this song is about setting us free. That's what the spiritual journey is about, getting free. And free from fear, and especially so singing about freedom on Juneteenth, of course we're thinking about a different kind of freedom that of course everyone deserves, and it's easy to feel we have to grieve the fact that, we're all, I think a lot of us are feeling this moment like, wow, like how could I have not been paying more attention to what's been going on? Thank God everyone is kind of paying attention. Not everyone, but a lot of people are paying attention now, and it's painful. It's very painful. If you're not letting yourself feel the pain right now of this moment, you're not in the moment. It's painful. And
Sing us a song.
so I sing us a song. Okay, sorry. See, I have trouble talking. So, yeah, all types of freedom. I didn't say what I wanted to say, but I'll figure it out. I'll say it next time I introduce a song. One called Holy Mystery. So that's what I wish for you folks. I wish you deep connection to the Holy Mystery. And I'm using the amazing Harvey Reid capo, the Liberty capo here. One called Holy Mystery. Set us free. Set us free in the mystery. Set us free. Set us in the light. In the light, through the dark of the night, into the morning bright. In the peace, in the peace, the heat of the call, the surrender, the release, blessed peace, the love, the light, the peace, the mystery, the love, the light, the peace, the mystery, holy mystery. Holy mystery.
Oh, I wanted that to go on forever.
Oh,
Love that song.
that's so nice that you love you. I think you helped me with that one.
We got time for a couple more songs. This one is a classic.
Oh, are you playing? Oh, you're playing this by yourself.
No, we're doing this together.
Oh. Oh yeah, this one. Right.
I've recorded this in two really weird guitar tunings. I just this week decided to work it up in another one, which I think is allowed. In fact, sometimes I think I want to learn it on every instrument in every key just to see what it sounds like. This is a great example of everybody's familiar with some version of this, and the beautiful thing about homemade music, peasant music, whatever it is, illegitimate music, is that everybody does songs, not everybody, but many people do songs their own way, and you're not just trying to play something correctly, you're taking something that kind of fell on you like snow, and you find this song around you and you make it your own.
I want to thank you folks for getting Harvey's book. I saw a few of you mentioned that you just got your copy, and a few of you have started reading it and are enjoying it. The Troubadour Chronicles. If you want to support us, you can go to our websites, joyscream.com or woodpecker.com. It's in the description of this video. And you can donate if you feel like it, or you can buy something. We have CDs and books. Harvey's got a ton of books. I have postcards. We have stuff.
Blessings to those of you who have donated.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We're not doing many gigs these days.
This feels amazing to do this.
It's gonna be a long time till we can play in a room full of people again.
It is.
This song might go way back to the British Isles, but we're gonna just dig deep into this. It makes me think about George Floyd. It really does. Especially, well, George is no longer here, but those who loved him, we can't grieve him the way they do. So this is a classic American song. I went down to old Joe's barroom at the corner of the square. They were serving drinks as usual. The usual crowd was there. The usual crowd was there. At my left sat Big Joe Kennedy. His eyes were bloodshot red. He turned to the friends all around him. These are the very words he said. These are the words he said. I went down to the St. James Infirmary. I saw my baby there, laid out on a long white table. So young, so cold, so fair. So young, so cold, so fair. Let her go, God bless her, wherever she may be. She said you could search this wide world over, not find a friend true as me, not find a friend as true as me. Now that you've heard my story, buy me another shot of booze. If anyone should ask you, I got the St. James Infirmary blues. I got the St. James Infirmary blues. I went down to old Joe's barroom at the corner of the square. They were serving drinks as usual. The usual crowd was there. The usual crowd was there.
What a epic song that is. We have one more for you.
This one's in our church hymnal in our little local down the street friendly neighborhood church, but it's nothing like this version. We to me, one of the most amazing things.
We were going to print out a picture of us with Doc.
Oh, we were.
Yeah.
Oh, can you hand me that little piece of glass right there? I've been talking a little bit about my book. For 3.5 years, I've been reading voraciously and listening to tens of thousands of songs, trying to understand the where all this music came from that I've absorbed and found around me in our country. And to me, one of the most impenetrable mysteries is that somehow those of us who play the guitar, so much of what we do came from things that African American guitar players seem to have made up out of thin air sometime between 1865, when they were set free, and somehow these guitars appeared in their world, and they were it wasn't all banjos, and in less than the amount of my lifetime, these tunings, these techniques, these rhythms, these things happened on the guitar that had almost nothing to do with all this long history of European lute music and Spanish guitar. And it's like the virgin birth of this, and that's the music that underlied all of rock and roll and jazz and now funk, and so many musics owe so much. And somehow we're going to do a song that's one of the most amazing events was when they finally, it was like 1893, Edison came up with his little cylinders, and they were recording John Philip Sousa and Enrico Caruso. It took them 40-some years till somebody thought to point the microphone. It wasn't even a microphone, it was a horn. When they finally pointed it at some of the kinds of musicians that so many of us are now interested in, the homemade, illegitimate peasant musicians, black and white, and Native Americans, everybody was playing music all over this country. And they finally, and in the 1920s, Willie Johnson played the slide guitar. Lord have mercy, he played the slide guitar. And we'll see. I could dream of playing slide guitar like Willie Johnson did, but Willie's not here. And our man Ry Cooter spent his whole life trying to play slide guitar like Willie Johnson. None of us can do it. But Willie, here's one for you. I'll kick this one off. Keep your lamp trimmed and burned, got to keep your lamp trimmed and burned, got to keep your lamp trimmed and burned. And won't you see what my God has done? Don't get worried. don't get worried.
Don't get worried. Lay your burdens down.
See you next
Fight
week.
the good fight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tell all your friends.
And keep your lamps trimmed and burning.
Yeah, yeah. Blessings.